Up in the ring, Boyd Pierce is ready to introduce this event to you, so let's swing up and pick up Boyd. Here is Brother Boyd.
Ladies and gentlemen, before introducing this match, on my left, 6'7" David Von Erich, slated to wrestle here this evening. He wants to wrestle, however, the doctor will not permit it. A laceration in his forehead suffered this week, requiring 25 stitches. Therefore, he's unable to wrestle this evening.
Why don't y'all tell him who did it to him? Why don't you tell him who did it to him? Tell him who hurt you. Tell him, boy, who hurt you. Tell him who hurt you. I'm capable. Who hurt you? Who can hurt your brother? Who can hurt your father? Who can hurt Jose Lothario? Who can hurt everybody?
Ladies and gentlemen, now you heard it to a man that placed the laceration 25 stitches on his head, Gino Hernandez.
Outside the ring, David Von Erich is being taunted by Gino Hernandez, who can get to be a master at this taunting business. And that's Kevin Von Erich, and he has bounced right up in that ring to take the part of his brother. And Gino Hernandez is having his problems right now with young Kevin Von Erich. Now Hernandez is supposed to be wrestling Nick Kozak in this match, but so far we have had a battle going between a fiery youngster by the name of Von Erich and Gino Hernandez, and this thing is right now turning into a super main event as Bronco Lubitsch has his trouble parting him. And Nick Kozak is sitting up on top of the ring post watching what's going on. There's Nick. But Kevin Von Erich has just proven that when you challenge one Von Erich, you challenge the whole family. And Gino Hernandez has just had his feathers ruffled with a tremendous display of backing by
this event, one ball, 15-minute time limit.
Gino
Hernandez versus Nick Kozak.
Boyd Pierce hadn't completed his announcement. He didn't have a chance to introduce Nick Kozak. I hope that we've been kinder and that we have gotten across to you that it is Nick Kozak who is backing away from Gino Hernandez as Gino stands tall in that corner. Now, we're having trouble with one camera here tonight. It has not yet been repaired, I don't think, but they've been working on it furiously, and our engineers are trying to get it all set up. And right now, as Nick Kozak takes a double wrist lock on Hernandez, Nick is going to give Gino Hernandez a real lesson in how to handle yourself. But regardless of the outcome of this match, and regardless of how his scuffle with the young Von Erich turned out, Gino will face Jose Lothario next Friday night in the main event. Win, lose, or draw in this match. He will face him in a battle that will end in a Mexican death match. If you've never seen one, you ought to see this one. We haven't had one in a couple of years now and may not have another one for a couple of years. Dangerous work. But Kozak administering punishment to Gino Hernandez in solid fashion. So Gino on the outside, and You see him getting back in that ring just a little bit cautiously because the chances of running into a solid fist from Nick Kozak are still great. And now for the first time as he turns toward Nick, Gino is able to get a few points on his own, and he's looking for some applause from the fans, hoping that he's going to be able to make it. He may have called for applause, but I haven't noticed that it was very quick in coming. We've got a whole bunch of people celebrating birthdays here tonight. Omar Wilson is 6 years of age, and we wish Omar a happy birthday. Wayne Savell is 4 years of age. Roy Jones is here tonight, and he's 12 years old. And Lance Brenner is celebrating his 14th birthday here tonight. We wish Lance, Brenner, and all the rest a mighty, mighty happy birthday, and thank them for picking Houston Wrestling as the place they wanted to celebrate their birthday. So Kozak bounced that leg of his across Gino's face with such enthusiasm that he bothered the muscle. But right now, the Nick Kozak trademark, that inside drop toe hold that he uses as a leg breaker, and he has it solidly pushed up there and solidly glued to the floor. This is what makes a bar toe hold, something that holds it in place, and then the ability to work on the extremity and add to the pressure. So Nick turns that foot to the outside. Our engineers have the other camera working now, so we're assured of great coverage by both cameras here tonight. Side headlock for Nick, and a good, solid adjustment around that head, but he wants the leg. Nick is not a man who is going to forget what he did last and how effective it was. He's going to follow it up. Soon to return here, the White Knight will be back in action. Next Friday night, Tiger Conway Jr. will fly in here from Florida, where he has been going great guns, and he will be part and parcel of next Friday night's card. Tiger Conway Jr. There's that fall-away leg lock, a good one. And again, as he drops in there, plenty of solid support for that bar toe hold. And that thumb shot out there right in the direction of Nick Kozak's eye, and Nick is having trouble, and it gives an opportunity to Gino Hernandez to deal out some misery to Nick. And Gino Hernandez is just stretching everything he can here in order to make a dent in Nick Kozak. If that chair didn't do it, that elbow was certainly in a position to do it. Hard, solid kick in the face that time. Ooh, that found its mark. And Gino now trying to keep Nick down on the canvas so that he can continue to punish him. And Gino is taking great delight in the reputation he's getting for injuring people. He takes credit for more than 25 stitches in the head of David Von Erich. And he's not going to let anybody forget. Now he wants a peace pact. And Nick Kozak with a well-placed pair of feet that time. We've got Nick sliding off his face. Whoa, man, that'll take the skin off your nose. driving knee, and it puts Nick in top position. On the concrete, sitting there rather ignominiously. And Nick Kozak is going to make sure that he doesn't get all the time he wants to recover from it. I think Gino heard the pity pat of Nick's feet following him and made sure that he got out of the way. Now Gino wants all the breaks. He wants to make sure that Nick isn't within reaching range. Side headlock. And a solid smash. You can tell his target. That nose is sticking out in front of everything else. And Nick here is hitting him on all sides of the ring with the intention of showing everybody what he's doing to him. So there is pride on both sides of this ring. Long leg and a solid, oh! Kozak coming back well. He clobbered him. He crawfished into the corner that time to protect himself on the way up. Found his mark with that mule kick. Bronco wanted him to break, and you can see what has happened here. Nick broke, but first he tried to break Gino's jaw, which is not probably something that would meet with universal approval around here. The hold is a head scissor, but it's how he got it, jerking him back by the hair. And the fans here all complaining that Bronco missed the call. Head scissor. Now the fans trying to encourage Nick Kozak. 10-minute mark has gone by. And Gino used to hear that sort of enthusiastic response to back him in a match. Now he hears it backing his opponents. He'll hear a lot of it next week. Jose Lothario's army will be out here because they know that Jose may lose a match. But when he does, he learns enough to be able to annihilate someone the next time, and that's exactly what his intentions are with Gino next week. A Mexican death match has been known to end several careers in this mat game. Nick now trying to raise those knees up so that they lose some of their effectiveness. Notice where his knee landed, right down on the top of the bone in Gino's leg, and really forced him to separate those legs. Nick Kozak with a flying head scissor, and he did it beautifully. Uh-oh. Ooh, he hit that immovable turnbuckle and came down with a tremendous crash. Oh! This is it for Nick. Gino Hernandez takes the fall on Nick Kozak.
11 minutes, 34 seconds, Gino Hernandez.
So there's the winner. Gino Hernandez. First, the scuffle with Kevin Von Erich, then a win over Nick Kozak. Next Friday night, he faces Jose Lothario. Could be an entirely different story.